I returned to the headquarters after a long time. But here, there was Manager Mitchell, who despised me. Hoping nothing would go wrong, I opened the door to the sales department. I was happy to reunite with my colleagues whom I hadn't seen in a while.
Don't you dare touch my wife. I'll fire you.
Mitchell kicked me from behind as he said that. He had always treated me badly and was once again cruel to me. I had been looking forward to working at the headquarters after a long time, but my first day was ruined. The sudden incident scared my colleagues around me. It was at that moment when I was in trouble. It was then that the chairman appeared, accompanied by a group of employees. From that moment, Mitchell's fate changed drastically. My name is Eric. I'm 40 years old, single, and live alone in an apartment. At my age, many of my friends are married. I don't mind the idea of marriage, but it requires a partner. More than my grandparents or friends, my sister Annie, who is more than 10 years younger, keeps nagging me about marriage.
Hey, Eric, aren't you getting married?
Not this again. It's not that I don't want to. I just don't have anyone.
Then, should I introduce you to my friend? I think she'll be perfect for you. She's cute.
Every time we meet at our parents' house on holidays, she says things like this. What are you talking about? Your friends are more than 10 years younger than me. Besides, introducing a 40-year-old man, it's disrespectful to your friends.
I'm not introducing a 40-year-old man. I'm introducing my wonderful brother. I want you to be happy.
All right. I'll take the thought to heart. As my grandparents and I were taken aback, Annie kept muttering to herself, I'm sure you'll get along. My sister is kind and caring, but also meddlesome and a worrywart. Perhaps that's because our grandparents are that way too. Our parents died in a car accident when we were young, and since then, we've lived with our paternal grandparents. We still have contact with our maternal grandparents, who spoil us even now that I'm 40. Thanks to our grandparents, I was able to go to college without any hardship. I am only grateful and intend to repay them for the rest of my life. My sister still lives with our grandparents out of concern. But I want my sister to be happy and show her in a wedding dress to our grandparents. Annie, don't you think about marriage. I'll take care of Grandpa and Grandma.
Don't worry. I'm planning for the future. Just show your face sometimes, Eric.
Huck, oh yeah, I get it. She might indeed be making more solid plans than I am. I gratefully accepted my sister's concern and had to return to my busy daily life from the next day. I work in the sales department at the headquarters of a company that sells and manufactures furniture. I've studied design and architecture in college, and I enjoy my job. But for the past 3 months, Mitchell, my boss, who was appointed as a new manager at the headquarters, has been constantly picking on me. The holiday was over, and work started again that day. Good morning. I greeted as I entered the department as usual. My colleagues returned my greeting with smiles and good morning. But there was one exception, Mitchell, who pretended not to hear me. Even so, I couldn't skip my greeting. Good morning, Manager Mitchell. As usual, there was no response. However, he wasn't always like this. For the first few days after he arrived, we had normal conversations. But at some point, things changed. No matter how much I greeted or talked to him, he wouldn't engage. The only times he spoke to me were the times when he wanted to boast or assign me trivial tasks. Sigh. I placed my bag on the desk, and a female colleague greeted me with a good morning. When I turned around, there stood Amanda with her gentle smile. She had been transferred here 6 months ago. I was her mentor, and she was bright and diligent, quickly becoming a reliable presence for everyone. Plus, she was cute, and the male employees were naturally wondering if she had a boyfriend. Good morning, Amanda.
Good morning, Eric. Let's have a great day.
You're as cheerful as ever. Let's have a great day. She smiled gently again at my words. She returned to her desk after that. As soon as she did so, Mitchell came over, slammed a pile of documents on my desk, and said in a low, menacing voice,
Eric, get all of this done by today.
By today, I have meetings with clients and other appointments.
What? Are you refusing a direct order from your manager?
Understood. I agreed, and he clicked his tongue in annoyance, then turned to smile at the other employees. I had no idea what I had done to offend him, so I just accepted his orders. Seeing my predicament, Amanda came back and said,
Are you all right? If there's anything I can do to help, please let me know.
Oh, thank you. I'll ask if I need help. By the way, would you like to come along to meet our clients today?
What, really? I'd love to.
All right, let's go then. Amanda quickly went to get her bag and returned to me. Okay, let's go.
Yes.
I thought I saw Mitchell glare at me, but I headed out with Amanda to meet our clients. A little past 1 p.m. Sorry it took so long.
No, it's fine.
You must be hungry. Should we grab something to eat? Oh, but it might be inappropriate for just the two of us. Should we get something to go? Amanda shook her head. You're not hungry. Then, should we head back to the office?
No, it's not that. I was thinking, I'd like to have lunch together. I know a great place. Is that okay?
What? Of course, if you're okay with it, I'd love to. Amanda looked delighted by my response. I thought this from the beginning, but she really shows her emotions easily. Maybe that's why she's so well liked.
This way.
All right, all right. After having lunch together, we returned to the office. We're back.
Good job.
Welcome back. Did you have lunch?
Yes, I had lunch with Eric. He treated me.
My colleagues looked at me enviously as she said that. All right, all right. Next time.
Yay, thanks for the treat.
A colleague immediately said thanks to me. He's always quick to jump on opportunities like this. But I think it's good to have this kind of casual conversation.
Sorry, I shouldn't have said that.
It's fine. Now, let's get back to work. As we were having this exchange, Mitchell suddenly stepped in and smiled at Amanda.
Amanda, good job.
Thank you.
Next time, I'll take you to a nice place.
Oh, thank you. But that's really not necessary.
Amanda's eyes were clearly darting around, and she looked uncomfortable. Amanda, let's review the client's materials from earlier. I'll be at the table over there.
Oh, yes.
Understood.
Following my instructions, Amanda excused herself and moved away. Mitchell's eyes were lingering on her as he watched her go. Seeing him smirk, I felt a bit uneasy. Noticing my gaze, he looked at me with a cold expression, unlike how he looked at Amanda.
DCH, why is it you?
What?
You haven't forgotten what I told you this morning, have you? If you haven't done it, I'll report your incompetence to the higher-ups.
Yes. With that, I went over to Amanda. Sorry to keep you waiting. It's fine now. You can get back to your work.
Thank you so much. Really, thank you.
It's all right. Let's do our best. Even though she thanked me with a smile, Amanda still looked downcast, so I tried to encourage her. Then, she gave me her usual cheerful smile and said, yes. Feeling relieved, I thought about how I wanted to keep working hard with Amanda and the others, despite my concerns about Mitchell. But 3 months later, I was transferred to a new branch office and had to leave headquarters. My last day at the headquarters came. Thank you all for everything.
Eric, thank you for teaching me so much. I hope we can work together again someday.
My other colleagues also gave me warm words. Thank you, everyone. I feel the same. When I glanced at Mitchell, who had always glared at me, he was oddly smiling. He took the opportunity to come close and whispered in my ear.
Leave Amanda to me. You can't support her anyway. Never come back here again.
Mitchell. I had suspected for a while that he had feelings for Amanda. But since both were single, it was their right to have feelings for each other. All I could do was hope nothing bad would happen. Thank you for everything. In the end, I never managed to get along with Mitchell, but I hoped he would build good relationships with the other employees. That day, on my way home after work, Amanda called out to me.
Eric, wait.
Amanda, what's up?
Can I still consult with you from now on?
Amanda trailed off, her eyes welling up with tears. I'll give you my contact info. You can always reach out to me. This wasn't something I would usually say. Maybe it was because I heard Mitchell's remarks. Or perhaps it was because it was my last day, or for some other reason. But Amanda smiled happily at my words. 3 days later, I left the headquarters. 2 years passed. I was transferred back to the headquarters I had left 2 years ago. My work starts tomorrow, and today I'm meeting someone at the nearest station to the office. Wow, this area has changed a bit. I took my time to admire the familiar streets. I had been busy with handovers and moving, so it was nice to finally catch a breath. Then, I heard someone call out to me from behind and turned around. There was Amanda, running towards me.
Eric, sorry, I'm late.
I just got here too, so it's fine.
Oh, good. Phew, I'm hot from running.
Haha, you didn't have to rush. We then headed to Amanda's favorite restaurant for dinner. Inside the restaurant, we talked about work at the new place and the relationships at the headquarters. How's Mitchell doing?
Well, the same. But he hasn't done anything to me, so.
I see, but if something happens, it's too late. Have you talked to anyone about it? Amanda shook her head.
I don't want to worry anyone, and I trust Mitchell.
I see. But if things get tough, please talk to someone.
Yes, I understand.
Mitchell, who had treated me terribly 2 years ago, hadn't changed and was still the head of the sales department. After dinner, we went to see a movie and then to a bookstore. Finally, I asked her for directions to go to the knick-knack store she wanted to visit. Where's the next store?
Actually, I think this is enough for today. Eric, you just got back yesterday, right? You have work tomorrow, so you should rest.
With that, Amanda handed me coffee and chocolate.
Have these and get some rest.
Thank you, Amanda. All right. See you tomorrow.
Yes, see you tomorrow.
We then went our separate ways. The next day, I stood in front of the sales department door at the headquarters for the first time in 2 years. Amanda had told me that besides Mitchell, many of my old colleagues were still around and looking forward to seeing me. All right. I took a deep breath and opened the door to the sales department. Good morning. My former colleagues greeted me with smiles, saying things like, "We missed you, and we've been waiting for you." Thank you. I'm glad to be back.
Looking forward to working with you again. And thanks for the treat.
Hey, you've got other new coworkers now. Isn't it time for you to treat us?
Come on.
As we bantered, Amanda arrived at the office. Good morning.
Good morning. Did you get some rest?
Thanks to you. Oh, you have a leaf on your shoulder. Just as I reached out to gently brush the leaf off Amanda's shoulder, someone shouted,
Don't you dare touch my wife. I'll have you fired.
With those words, I was kicked hard from behind. I lost my balance and fell to my knees.
Eric, are you okay? Are you hurt?
I'm fine. Just hit my knee. Supported by my colleagues and Amanda, I sat on a nearby chair. Mitchell, it's you again. And what do you mean by wife? He looked triumphant as he responded.
I mean Amanda, my wife. Don't you dare touch her.
What? Amanda is your wife? Thinking it must be a mistake, I glanced at Amanda.
No, I'm not married to him.
Amanda denied it fervently.
Well, technically we're not married yet, but she's as good as my wife.
What do you mean by that?
Clearly bewildered, Amanda trembled slightly.
I mean, she greets me cheerfully every day, makes me coffee, and she gave me homemade food the other day.
I greet everyone. I make coffee because you get grumpy without it, and the food.
You know, the ones you gave me the other day.
Hearing his explanation, Amanda seemed to remember, her eyes widening slightly before she laughed.
Those weren't made by me. They were from the cleaning lady I sometimes meet. She made them.
What? The cleaning lady? No way.
It's true. She made a lot and shared them with me. She said I could give them to someone if I couldn't finish them.
That's a lie. No way.
He began to panic at Amanda's confession. Mitchell, please calm down.
Shut up. Shut up.
My words seemed to only further agitate him. As I wondered what to do, the door to the sales department swung open forcefully, and everyone turned to see who it was with expressions of surprise. Chairman Tom entered, accompanied by a large group of employees.
Tom. Good to see you.
Tom looked directly at Mitchell and said,
Mitchell, I am disappointed in you.
What? What are you talking about?
Mitchell looked a bit scared, seeing the chairman's unusual expression. And rightly so. Tom and Mitchell had been working together since they were young. They built the company together. Thus, Mitchell was trusted by the chairman and other executives.
Mitchell, over the past few years, I've heard nothing but bad things about you, especially regarding Eric. What is going on?
It's not true. Eric is spreading false rumors about me, and he's a bad guy trying to steal my wife.
What do you mean by that? I didn't know you were married. Who is she?
Mitchell thought Tom would believe him. With a bright expression, he said,
Technically, we're not married yet, but Amanda is going to be my wife.
Mitchell's declaration echoed throughout the department, leaving everyone bewildered, including the chairman.
Mitchell, is that true? Have you introduced yourself to her family?
Well, no, not yet, but I plan to do so soon.
I see. But the man who came to introduce himself with Amanda the other day wasn't you.
Mitchell's expression darkened at his words.
What? An introduction? Why to you, Tom?
Have you forgotten? Amanda is my granddaughter.
Granddaughter? What? So that girl I met a few times in the past.
Mitchell glanced at Amanda, who flinched and trembled when their eyes met. I put my hand on Amanda's shoulder and asked, "Are you okay?" At that moment, Mitchell shouted at me,
Hey, I told you not to touch her.
Mitchell, I had planned to deal with him later, but it seemed that wouldn't be passable. I decided it was best to reveal the truth right then and there.
Are you ready to apologize?
Actually, I have something to tell you, Mitchell.
What is it?
He was so agitated that he wouldn't listen to me. Seeing this, the chairman spoke up on my behalf.
Mitchell, calm down.
Oh, I'm sorry, Tom.
Do you still not know? Eric is Amanda's fiancé. He came to introduce himself to me. He's competent and well regarded. I approved.
What? No way. This guy. Why?
Mitchell's face turned pale, having been red with anger moments before.
Eric, Amanda, I'm sorry. I had no idea, Mitchell.
Please don't apologize. Tom, you trusted Mitchell.
Thank you, Eric. And I'm sorry for having investigated you.
Amanda had lost her father when she was young and was raised lovingly by Tom and her mother, who is the company president. Tom had noticed something was wrong with his beloved granddaughter and started investigating. One day, he saw Amanda and me having dinner and going to the movies together. Amanda and I had become close after I left the headquarters 2 years ago and started dating. I didn't know she was the chairman's granddaughter until I proposed and she told me. I was prepared for rejection, but was surprised when he conducted a thorough investigation and approved of me. He found that I was diligent and well regarded at work and treated Amanda well. Her mother also approved. We decided to report Mitchell's behavior to Tom, but he didn't believe us at first and conducted an internal investigation. Despite the bad reports, he remained skeptical. Amanda didn't want to worry her grandfather, but I convinced her to speak up. That's why Tom, knowing I would be back at the office today, brought the employees here without Mitchell noticing. The employees with the chairman were those who had been mistreated by Mitchell.
Mitchell, many people blamed themselves at first. not knowing the cause. But recently, we figured it out.
What do you mean?
You've been saying terrible things to male employees who talk to Amanda and threatening to fire them if they report you. Unbelievable.
But Tom, I'm the one suitable for Amanda. My education, my income. Amanda truly loves me. Eric is deceiving her.
Mitchell was now crying and shouting, completely losing his composure. Seeing this, I felt a great fear, so Amanda must have been terrified.
Sorry, but could someone take him to another room?
At Tom's instruction, a few employees escorted Mitchell out of the room. Even in the hallway, Mitchell continued to shout.
Every win. I apologize for this. I will make amends for sure. I'm truly sorry.
Tom apologized to the employees, and Amanda gently stood by his side. A week later, Mitchell seemed to have calmed down a bit after the incident and left the company, saying, "I'm sorry." Eventually, he didn't return to the company and was dismissed. However, Tom, thinking of Mitchell's efforts over the years, introduced him to an acquaintance's company, where he now works, as Amanda informed me. Amanda, are you all right?
Yes, I'm fine. My grandfather is probably more affected than me, but he's strong, so he'll be fine soon.
I see. That's good to hear. Mitchell ultimately betrayed the trust of someone important. I hope he won't betray the kindness Tom showed him this time. A month later, something happened in front of the company. Mitchell showed up.
Amanda. It's me, Amanda.
He caused a commotion at the entrance and was subdued by the security guards, as my colleagues told me. It seemed Mitchell couldn't forget about Amanda. However, when taken to the chairman's office, he knelt before Tom, crying and apologizing. But this time, Tom did not forgive him and seemed to be considering appropriate measures. In the end, Mitchell betrayed Tom twice. Loving someone is a personal choice. But with that freedom comes the need for respect and decency. Mitchell will have a difficult path ahead, but I hope he lives without betraying those who trust him. 3 months later, Amanda and I got married. Today is our wedding day. My grandparents, sister, Amanda's mother, who is the president, and her grandfather, the chairman, are here. Many colleagues and friends also came to celebrate with us.
See, I told you you'd be perfect together.
Annie, I had no idea you and Amanda were friends from middle school.
Well, when I was in middle school, you were studying abroad, so it's no wonder you didn't know. I'm so happy.
Annie said this as she hugged Amanda and me tightly.
Big brother, I'm thinking of quitting my job at the cafe and becoming a caregiver. I want to be there for Grandpa and Grandma if they need help, and I want to help others too.
Annie, you were thinking about that. I've been so focused on myself. I'm sorry.
What are you talking about? You've worked so hard to support us. You deserve to be happy. I'll do my best too.
Yeah, I'll support you. We lost our parents, but we were blessed with warm and kind grandparents and a caring sister who always looked out for us. And now, by my side, is my loving wife. I am grateful to Amanda, who chose me despite being over 10 years older, and to her mother and grandfather for accepting me. Let's be happy together.
Yes.
Amanda's gentle smile hasn't changed since the day we met. I was drawn to that smile. and I will continue to protect that smile for the rest of my life.